Islam cannot be from Allah, since it's permissible in Islam to rape prisoners of war, as confirmed in narrations recorded in Sahih Bukhari and Muslim. Listen to this narration from Sahih Muslim, book number 8, narration number 3371. Quote, Abu Sirma said to Abu Sa'id al Khadri, "Did you hear Allah's messenger mentioning coitus interrupts?" He said yes, and added, "We went out with Allah's messenger on the expedition to the Bil Mustalik and took captive some excellent Arab women, and we desired them, as we were suffering from the absence of our wives, but at the same time, we also desired ransom for them. So we decided to have sexual intercourse with them by observing coitus interrupts. But we said, we are doing an act while Allah's messenger is amongst us, why not ask him? So we asked him and he said, it does not matter if you do not observe coitus interrupts, for every soul that is to be born up to the day of resurrection will be born." Unquote. The same story with slight variations could be found in Sahih Bukhari book number 59 narration number 459 as well. Could you imagine Allah's messenger responding the way he did and Allah is fine with it? How could you believe Allah to be the most merciful one true God and accept the fact that this kind of act was authorized by Allah? Doesn't it make it look like man-made secular rules and moral codes are far better than Allah's? How could this be attributed to Allah? Don't you think that Allah deserves better respect than that? Don't just sit there and say this is not true, check it out for yourself. You may check the links in the description box to an Islamic source where you can find these narrations. You don't have to depend on my source, there are many other Bukhari and Muslim sources online. Don't say that you will ask your scholars and not check it by yourself. Cause it is very likely for scholars to tell you a long story to cover the ugliness and to ease your mind, as this is shaitan's whispers and not rational thinking for them. You might hear them saying, you cannot take things based on one or two narrations or just looking at some English translations. In order to understand properly, you need to know not only Arabic, you also need to know the science of Quran, science of narrations and more. Whatever story they may tell you, there is no way to deny the narration quoted. So-called great companions of the Prophet couldn't keep their cockatoos under control and they raped the captives with clear permission. These barbaric acts are still allowed in Islam. Sex with slaves was never overruled or abrogated. Prisoners captured in a war are still slaves in Islam and men are allowed to have sex with female slaves. Think about it. There is no way this is befitting the merciful one true God. If Allah is the one true God, Islam cannot be from Allah.